dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into wondrous lands whose boundaries are that of the imagination. Your next stop, the Cardone Zone.
You know the routine. It's Monday Night Raw. Get you some. All right. Well, we're getting through that nice and easy. No issues. Man, welcome to another episode. We are streaming Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you know, all the good stuff. But like I told you guys before, we're almost... What's up, Jonathan on YouTube? Like I said before, guys, we're probably going to be ending up finishing up with Facebook here pretty soon. I'm probably going to do 2 more episodes of Facebook, and then we're going to be done with it. Some people have been asking me what's going on. We've talked about this a million times. They are not making it easy for me to do anything, so I'm just done dealing with them. So, great show, guys. Let's get into it. I have a lot to talk about and some good discussions. As you guys know, the IGSBA just released some good information about what everybody was complaining about. So, I mean, really, if you think about it, good job, guys. Where are we at? There we go. All right. Where's it at? We're not doing new. IGSBA. There we go. All right. So, if you guys were following through, we were talking about this many times about what was going to happen, this and that. So, this is what they were talking about. If you guys read into it, a lot of guys were upset about the whole 760 cylinders and using the Z Electronics. What the hell? We're going to start that shit again. And really what it comes down to, it was talking about the fact that there was a little bit of miscommunication, pretty much wording, really, if you think about it. I'd like all of you to comment, but it must be all positive comments. Normie. Oh man, you're funny. Callie's in the house. What's going on? Also, California had Huntington Beach had a free ride over there, and it looked epic. We got some videos to talk about that one. We're talking about schedulings and everything else. But I wanted to start off with this. I know we don't have to read this all through, but this is the thing I want to say 100%. This is the reality that you guys took the initiative. There was ideas that needed to be spoken. We took the time to email, converse, whatever you want to say. We got our voices heard, right? Everybody's talking about, oh, well, nobody wants to change. It doesn't matter what us racers say. It's this, and that, blah, 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 blah. This right here is your first sign of listening. Now, we've already known that our promoters are listening, right? Because you can see the implements that they're involving and what they're doing to change. And to me, that's what I think is the change, right? As long as we continue to rally together, A, rally together, B, show up on the lines. What is up with the board today? Show up on the lines. C, continue to drive the sport in the right direction. Now, we understand in the 80s and 90s. We understand that, right? Like, for instance, going to boat racing, right? Power boat racing. If you guys watched last year's racing, MCon, Dirty Money, all kinds of stuff, right? In the beginning of the year before last, Dirty Money had a huge broken boat, right? They got a whole new boat and they started charging. MCon been battling for like 3 years in a row, dominating, right? You get a new boat in the water, all of a sudden things change, right? Dynamic change, MCon's not leading as much as they were, and it's a constant fight between a newer boat that just got built and an older boat that has been well proven. Now look, MCon's out there with a new boat, and I guarantee you this year coming out with the power boats is gonna be incredible. Now why am I talking about that? Is because in jet ski racing, we're evolving, right? We're continuously evolving over and over again. And this is what I'm trying to explain. The reality is we're not in the 80s and 90s no more. We're not running on vintage 550s and 650s and 750s, X2, big pins, small pins, all that stuff. We're not in that world anymore. We're not in the Kawasaki SCFs. We're not in the GP 1200s. We're not doing that no more, right? We're evolving, right? we have to continue to evolve. Now, there are going to be some classes that all of us really just want to stick and keep to, right? Like the sport class, the vintage class. It's the roots, right? As long as we continue bringing the lines full, then you're going to have that capability, right? And the only way we continue the competitiveness, the fulfilledness, and the drive is us showing up and competing at the level we want. That means calling out fucking cheaters, right? Calling out cheaters, making sure our promoters are being held to accountable level where they are enforcing the level that they should have, right? Dirty money, that's what it was. Dirty Money says they are still going to wipe the floor with the rest of the fleet. It was Dirty Money. I'm telling you, that boat's fast, Michelle. That new boat they got was epic, and they got all the stuff cleared out. I'm telling you right now, Dirty Money's coming in hard this year. But MCon got a brand new boat. I'm just saying. I know we're talking about Powerboat, but Michelle's in here talking about it. I'm telling you, I want to see what MCon's new boat's going to do. I'm just saying, right? So, with what I was saying with the IGSBA, with the rule changing, you guys always said, oh, no one ever changes. It's always talk, and nobody does anything. Well, you guys got heard, and it got put into play. So, back to what I was saying before I ran, got sidetracked. Let's continue to drive this into the next level, right? Let's continue pushing it. Let's continue making the great moves that we want to, right? Because if we continue driving the way we are, the lines are getting nice. They're really getting nice. I mean, I can say right now that there is definitely a big increase in racing all around. Now, if you guys go back 3 or 4 years ago, there was only a couple tour shots. If you think about big names, right? Now we're saturated with racing to another level, and a lot of you guys kind of don't understand, are saying the whole like, oh, well, you know, now there's too much racing, there's too much this, and our lines aren't full, this and that, blah, blah. I'm just saying, it doesn't matter that the lines are full or not full, but racing's spread out. So if you're seeing as a promoter, right? Now I know behind the scenes as a promoter is not as easy as everyone thinks it is, but as a business management and a business motto and putting things together, if you're feeling like your lines aren't full because of X, Y, and Z, then do this. Work with your neighboring promoter and create some kind of like, I don't know, something that appeals to both classes. This thing is 239 race boat pissing me off. The reason I say that, for instance, like there was a comment in here talking about let's have an East versus West sport class shootout, right? Now there's a lot of ideas out there that we have to like, first we got to just get through the seasons and get our lines filled up, and then we can do that, right? Can't they still run Civ 60 with MSD? Correct. They can run an MSD, but it's not programmable. It's just enhanced. It's just that. The Zeal they were talking about is that it's a programmable curve and you can change things. 760 cylinder, no Zeal. Can have an MSD, which is we've had forever and a day now. Doesn't have a programmable curve. If you run a 701, you can run a Zeal with a programmable curve. You guys know the rules, is how it is. If we work with our promoters and talking about lines being fulfilled, work with your neighboring promoters. I know Great Lakes was working with everybody. I know East Coast Watercross is working with everybody. I know American Jet Sport guys are working with everybody also. The Naughty Water guys are working with it. I'm not really sure on Walsh. Christian Moore says, not a great move of changing the rules mid-season. If it's found to be unfair, that's one thing. But after people have spent time and money, R&D time for one setup, to have to pay more money to go back. I don't really, so hold on. Christian, I kind of see, Christian, I see both sides of what you're saying. But I would rather have a change. It's not even mid-season yet. All the races have only had one round. If you think about it, everybody's only had one round. East Coast Watercross hasn't had their first round. They've had a Florida round, right? That was the first one. American Jet Sport guys had their first round. Pro Watercross had their first round. Naughty Water had their first round. Wild West had their first round. So really, if you think about it, and Great Lakes hasn't even had their first round yet. So if you think about it, it's only our first round of racing, and we've already committed to some things that aren't right and things that would need to be changed. I'd much rather have it on a first round change now, rather than us all work through it and then deal with it at World Finals. How many of you guys think about this? David Garcia and Christian, right? How about this? What do you guys spend all that money, work your ass off, you know you have a legal boat, and you go to World Finals, you get DQ'd? How about that? This is my opinion also. All the change, but mid-season. It's not really mid-season, guys. It really isn't. It's only our first round. First round of racing. Now, I know you guys are talking about, well, what about the wintertime, R&D, our building, da-da-da. It's not that hard to change the boats that quick. 90% of you guys still have your old ignition, and 90% of you guys still have your old cylinders. There's no way that you guys changed everything over and said, fuck it, right? It's impossible. DW's in the room. I want everybody to make sure you guys give Daryl a shout. Reach out to him, send him a text. Make sure you are in contact with him. Our boy is going through some serious things right now. He's a fighter. He's kicking ass. We're going to get him on a show. But just make sure you guys keep up with Daryl Williams and say that people just don't throw out. So let's go on here. HXs started crying after they got beat at a race. I didn't start crying. Not one HX was crying about it. There was some crying, but listen, bring that boat up again. I'll run it with mine. We'll see what happens. HX started crying. Chris Carter says, people don't just throw out their stock CDI after installing a Zeal. It just turned to May. Super early in the season as opposed to change in September. That's what I'm saying. So how do we even have enough data to show it's unfair after only one round? But I see your point of view as well. Okay, Christian, I get that one too. All right. Because fortunately over here in Florida, we've had two races. We had our outfit race, and then we had our American Jet Sport race, right? Now, there's where the data is. I mean, same boat, same rider, two different outcomes is what they're portraying it to be. So this thing is like that. That is the data. But we also have had data from other racings and other things like that. Can't shoot the messenger. I don't have all the details, but I'd much rather have it settled right now because you guys can all agree the verbiage was garbage, right? The way it was put together made it very open to both sides and made it work either way you wanted to, right? Can we all agree on that one? I'd much rather have it be cleared out now and get things on the point because that really is what makes it change for us all. David Garcia says, true, I see that. Dave here said, you guys still won't like the outcome of the Zeal with 701. A lot of guys bought 760 cylinders. Now I got to put 701 with Zeal back because better set up for World Finals. Text BS. Just let us HX guys have it head and let them keep the Zeal. Listen, I would let the Blasters have the 760 and the Zeal if we can just get a head and dome combo. And I'm not looking for crazy compression. I just want our stock compression manageable to where we can look. I can mill my head. I got two heads that I milled, had them perfect right when we needed to put them on. I had the compression, and then the compression went away. It's annoying. Verbiage was garbage. But we're getting sidetracked. Like if you guys look at it like this, and I'm not picking anybody in the chat room right now, but if you look at it right now, we made a change. We already got crybabies. And I'm using crybabies as just a word, not what I'm calling you guys. It's just a word, right? Because even if we make change, there's always going to be people unhappy, right? Even if we do what we need to do, there's always people that are going to be unhappy. This fucking board's pissing me off. Excuse my language, sorry. I really apologize. I've been fighting the computers for like an hour and a half today, and I'm trying to figure out the video and all that stuff, and now my soundboard is just, I'm about ready to smash it. But what I'm saying is, even with, no matter what we do, things can be upset, people won't be happy, but look at it on a hindsight. At least voices have been heard and implement changes were put together. That should show you guys 100% that the facts of what we want are there, right? The new Zeal should have come with one unified and agreed upon curve for the 760 setup. No custom curves before it was shipped to you. That was what I was told it was going to be before release, but obviously that changed, and I agree as a B1 guy who owns an HX as well. I want 88 heads for HX as well. Change is good, no doubt. Our voice was heard and it was changed one thing at a time. David Garcia, that's exactly my point. I know some of us could be like, man, that's bullshit. I know I'm with you guys. I'm 100% with you on both sides of the game. I can be with you like that's garbage, it's bullshit, and on the other side of me can say, hell yeah, continue this drive, let's go for it, right? We can only add, what can we get? We gotta really think about this. We can shit in one hand and wish in the other. Which one's gonna fill it faster, right? We just gotta accept the fact that we got a victory, like a small victory, whether it's whether it's a sport. I can't do it without the stuff in the background. Whether it's a sport, the sports bet guys complaining about having to switch over, or the HX guys complaining that now that they can do whatever they want, right? Either way, it was a change that we haven't seen ever happen the way we wanted it to, and it officially happened in a manner that is really good. That's where I'm thinking we gotta go. And we tried to bring this. John Block's in the room. You come in, and then the sprint races come up this weekend. So let's go over here and switch over. So I just want to talk about the IGSBA, which we did. Let's just happy with that one, guys. Mad shout out to everybody. It's a real win no matter how you see it. I know a lot of you guys aren't really thinking it's a win or any kind of a change or anything like that, but you really have to look at it in a factor of it really is a win. That means they're listening to us, and that's what we need. Let's continue to make the drive. If we have to make changes, we have to rally together. That's the whole point. All right, so here we go. So going into what we got racing, I know this weekend we have the sprint races with John Block, which is going to be, I think it's going to be, which one is it? This one right here? Yes. So let's go over here to where it is. We'll talk about the Triple Crown stuff right here. The PW Sprint Racing is the rules. There's that. When is it going to be? Oh, I'm trying to find it. Where's that? I'm trying to find where. I think it's this weekend coming up. That's when it's coming out together. May 30th and 1st is going to be round 3 and 4 of the Chattanooga, Tennessee American Jet. The AGSA guys, their 3rd and 4th round. But we have the sprint racing coming up, which is going to be this weekend, I believe, coming up. I think it's this weekend. Am I right? Facebook won't even let me share to the group. I told you guys. PWC Print Racing this weekend, May 9th and 11th. Right, that's what it is. Thanks, Brad. I really appreciate it. So we have that coming into play right now. So, where are we at? May. Man, guys, look. You guys are all like, oh, it's mid-season. Look at all your racing coming up. June, July, August. There's all your racing. Look at all that racing coming in. Heavy. Right, so May 10th and 11th, Lake Auburn, PNW. I freaking hate that, like 3 words right there for some reason. Water X Racing, they have their race coming up. I believe that's going to be their first round too, if I'm correct. Yes, that would be their first race. I think that's coming down. Yes, so that's going to be their first race coming up. Will be this weekend. 9th and 11th, which is going to be Chester Frost Park, Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is going to be the sprint racing, which we talked about. The 16th and the 18th. The 16th and the 16th and 18th, Camp Far West, Wheatland, California, the Wild West, which is going to be their second round, I believe. Let's see what they have. I think it's their second round. I was so frustrated with the computer. I haven't looked at everything. So yeah, I think it's going to be their second round. And then the 12th and the 13th will be Gunnersville, Alabama, round 1. What? I'm sorry. The 16th and 18th at Camp Far West, California. We should talk about that one. The 17th and 18th will be the Keystone Heights Pro Watercross round, which is going to be their second round. 24th and 25th will be Paris, Texas Outlaw Series 90 Water. The 30th and the 1st will be Chattanooga, Tennessee. And the 30th and the 1st will be East Coast, which we already knew that we need to get Kirsten to update this one. This is going to be that new site that they were just talking about. So we'll be talking to that. Can we talk about sports bet sponsons? Here in Buffalo, we have a ton of shit talkers, yet nothing to level the playing field. Craig R. Witt's in the room. Alpha Jet Studios. Come on, man. We haven't seen Craig R. Witt in the room in a while. Brad Adams says Camp Far West is sweet. Excited for Wild West guys and gals. John Block, after this week and more news coming about the future rounds of PWC sprint racing. If you get a chance to go with that, you guys just give it a check. If you don't even want to race, go and support it and check it out and watch it. How about that one? Support it. So really think about this. May, starting off May, we have some good racing coming in. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 races going down in May. So that's going to be a good weekend right there. Or a good month, really, if you think about it. Lake Barrese. All right, so we're talking about that one. We already talked about IGSBA. Talking about AGSA guys. Yeah, so 30th of Jufus is Laconia, New Hampshire. That'll be East Coast Watercross's first race they got going on. Let's see what it is.
I've been working all weekend, I'm tired, I don't want to sleep, I want to have fun, time for a good time. Oh, turn it up now. I've been working all weekend.
I'm gonna get blasted for that audio on that one. They're gonna be so mad. Let's see where we at. There was something here I wanted to see. All right, yeah, so East Coast Watercross. So here's another thing that we were talking about. Dudek really coming in clutch. And I can say this with a lot of promoters on this one. I can honestly say I have not had a fault with any promoter about entry fees or having issues. If your boat touches the water for Moto 1 and it breaks, that's wasted money 100%. If you don't get a chance to touch the water and you have mechanical issues, you don't get to race, I've had plenty of promoters give me my money back, no questions asked. And to me, that's epic right there. Having a race, hitting the water, and then having some kind of weather issue come into play is really a stand-up action. And right here, as many of you know, we had to cut the racing very, very short on Sunday of our last race weekend in Sylvan Beach last year. Many of our racers did not get a chance to race at all. We had a massive weather event that ultimately turned dangerous. The fire department asked us not to put rescue workers at risk, so they had to pull it. The fact is this, they wanted to give you, with that being said, I apologize that a lot of you paid for race and could not race. As a lifelong racer, I've been there before and it always sucks not getting refunds in racing. But it's how promoters stay protected in these situations. I want to show our appreciation, offer a free entry for any racer who did not race at all Sunday. The list is posted below. Right here, this right here goes a long ways. To me, that speaks volume, right? You didn't get a chance to race on Sunday because of weather, and here's all the people. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of entries right there that are getting freed out, right? That's cool as fuck right there. Excuse my language. You know, goes a long ways, and that speaks volume. So mad props to Sean Dudek.
The routine! You know the routine!
Whoa.
The routine.
Wrong button. Know the routine. Listen. So right there, that's mad kudos right there. So Sean got that going down. So that's what's going down with that one. If you guys haven't had a chance, is this Cabrera? So you guys have. So here is David Cabrera. So a lot of you guys, we talked about a video talking about last year in World Finals. Remember you guys said that there was issues with him chopping the throttle and stuff like that? Well, I was listening to him, talking to him about that last year. And really when it came down to it, he was having some issues with the boat. And it just sounded funny. Cabrera's boat is fire. This thing is sick. Instantly 60 miles an hour. Sean, you don't want me to talk about Supercross. The boat's sick. It's sick. Full throttle, half throttle. Full throttle. I love the data. The whole data right here is freaking awesome. It shows you the G-force, throttle, your lap time, RPMs, mile per hours, all that stuff. And this is some computer software he has going on. It's pretty freaking badass. So I just wanted to show this beginning on that because that is cool. I like the whole information. It's pretty badass. That's the inside split. This thing's such a monster. All right, I just wanted to show that because that thing was badass. That thing's a monster. Let's see what we got here. Where are we at? Trying to think. Where else are we talking about? What else we got? Wild West. They got their race coming up, which we talked about. Make sure you take care of your photographers. Cliff Castle's out there taking good pictures. You guys got some big boats out there. Man. Wild West guys. You better, all you sport boat riders, I'm coming to Sparks, baby. I'm gonna take your money. I'm taking the whole shot money right there, 100%. So you better get ready. There is a boat being built. Sparks, here it is. There's that. So we talked about that one. Racing schedules we did talk about. Shout out to Kirsten for putting it together. Make sure you put it together. They got Great Lakes Watercross gonna have their race coming up here pretty soon, June. Make sure you guys follow them. They got a lot of stuff being put together for their series. So we talked about that one. This was gonna bring this up for East Coast Watercross. What was this? The 30th and the 30th for their first round. They're having a beach party at East Coast Watercross. Check it out. They're gonna have live music. People, bring it. Be there. Be square. Huntington Beach. Here it is. I have to say this. The fact of seeing Huntington Beach come out was some freestyling again. Is he gonna play? Weather looked crazy, but look at the surf. David's boat's gnarly. That thing is nasty, dude. David Cabrera's boat is nasty. Let's see if we can. Trying to see where they at.
So I'm going to need amateur twos. Coy Curtis, Westenberry.
First of all,
Rachel Cummings.
When was the last time we saw a live feed for a freestyle event?
Mendel,
I'm just saying.
And Tyler.
Mitch, were you there?
The next
Jealous.
To be ready.
I wish we could have raced there. I've wanted to go there so bad and race. Could you imagine the start right there? Like some 4-foot rollers, sport class, even ski class. Oh, I'd be sick. I'll have to bring up the one video where there was what was it, McCluggage, where he aired it. He aired the thing so high he was over the bridge, or not the bridge, the pier. Trying to see if we get some good stuff. Oh, there's one. It's not like Daytona Freeride where it's all nice and sunny. The weather's always ridiculous. Some days it's great, some days it's not. Trying to see.
Nice little poppery entries going on there. Trying to work with this surf.
Surf sucks. There was some real good surf I saw earlier.
Jumping off the wigs. They're all trying to work that whitewater section. Nice little backflip off the baby wave there.
Baby back. 8-foot roller is so crazy. Mac video was an Oceanside. That was Oceanside. That's what it was. Yeah. When Speed TV, we used to watch it. Looks like a decent turnout. Ton of people on the pier. Let's see if they had Sunday. I think Sunday was a little bit better.
So Bright lost his boat. Looks like he's got back to it now. Looks like our course marshal trying to. Horchester on the black rise ski there, and see Bright. Is that Jake, I believe, or? Oh, huge underflip there going by.
Loud. Can you go for that big one? Run for it.
Trying to look for a little popping over the top there.
If you've never raced in like
left, Curtis on
surf
the
conditions,
right
nothing's more sketchy than
face
going
the
through a
wind.
turn and
Nice
dealing with that.
cutback.
Nothing's more nerve-wracking
Drops it
than
in.
or
Rosen,
starting
nice re-entry.
and knowing that you have to like pin
Curtis
it
with a nice maneuver
no
there.
matter what.
Hill.
I've gone through that before.
Left, Curtis on the right.
Take a wave right to the chest.
AKA
Gah!
TC,
Takes you right off of it.
TC Free Ride. One of our great sponsors here.
Come on. Where's some exciting? Oh, I won't be near the pier. No.
All right, back to the action. Ryan Hugo out there Andrew Sincere. Sincere, unfortunately, had to do the hot swap on the boat.
Oh, there's a good one. Clear it out. Ah, what is this choppy stuff?
You go with a big off the lip there. On a nose stab.
Ooh.
See where it's going to go.
Ooh,
Big no-hander flip and a one-hander flip.
nice.
That thing was like a super flip there.
Oh man, he's gonna run from it.
Nice barrel roll off the backside.
Nice. It's tough.
Once again, Zach Bright in the blue. Chris Morrison.
Our
in
boy
the
Zach
red.
Bright's out there again. My man came back to play. Zach was out of it for a while. Good seeing Zach Bright get out there and do it.
Zach Bright on the outside. Looks like Morrison Timo on the inside in the red. Around there. Love the little look back they'll give too.
All right, nothing. Huntington Beach, surf racing, awesome. Check them out. What else we got? All right, we talked about the schedule. Huntington Beach, we talked about that. Triple Crown, that's what we were going to talk about. So change out and the payouts, that's what they were doing, right? It was just posted the 3rd. To update on payouts, after the first round of racing in Alabama with American Jet Sports Association guys, we have updated the pay amounts. As many of you know, all 3 promoters came together and offered to put $50 per entry toward the payout for the class. So here's the updated amount. Sports Spec, $1,450. Novice 800, $800. Pro-Am 800, $1,350. Ski GP, $700. Woo! That Sports Spec coming in, man. I got some points. I didn't realize I had some points. I technically could go to Great Lakes and race, and maybe go to East Coast, because East Coast isn't East Coast double points. I believe. Like, let's go see what this sees. I think East Coast, the final round is triple points. Zarzinski, you in here? Caldwell, what's going up? Oh yeah, Caldwell's, they got some good information coming down with them guys too. So congratulations to the Caldwell racing team. Trying to see, where was it at? Zarzinski, you in here? I know you usually say late. Hydro Drag's in the room. We got information on Hydro Drags too. They added a new class that's gonna be for entry racing to the spec class. Let's see, where's that? Where's the Triple Crown information? I want to say, let's see what it is. Trying to read. Where do you guys remember if it was in here? Let's see if we can find it. Oh. Here, we'll call Todd real quick, see if he answers. I want to believe call failed. How dare you? Yeah, so last round pays double points. Here it is. Got it. Amateur hour tonight. I knew I'd find it. So, right here, it says last round pays double points. So even if you have a bad race, you can make it up in Plattsburgh, New York, and gain double points for both your race days. So a lot of guys had some issues. Maybe Florida wasn't a go. I thought they said something if you don't make one round. I'm trying to see if there was something about that one round too. You don't get to miss a round. It's all points. So you don't get to cut a round. So it's each round is points. If I remember, that's what it was. Yeah, I think that's what it is. All right. Freaking awesome. So Last round pays double, which will be Sylvan Beach, Plattsburgh, New York. So really, if you think about it, even though I didn't get too many points on the first round sport class, but we go up there and we race in Great Lakes, and then we show back up in Plattsburgh, and we do good in Plattsburgh, we can get double points. But this really comes down to how many people Harbor Beach, Michigan. So it just depends on how many people are going to go to each of the rounds. So you already know there's a big turnout going on with it already as it is. So I wish there was a point so far where everyone was sitting. I remember seeing it. I just can't remember where it was at. All right. Yeah, we're in a Triple Crown. All right. So I think that's... Do we have a list points so far? I didn't see it in here. No. Do you guys remember seeing the points anywhere on there? Or where was it put at? You guys are horrible in the chat room tonight. I don't see it. I thought I saw the points in here somewhere. Someone posted it. No. I'll find it later. It'll probably be after the show. I'll get sent to me. Dudek, do you remember seeing the points in here anywhere? Chat room's rough. What's going on over here? AGSA has points. It's the AGS has it? Did they have it? Was it on their page? Let's see. Let's see. On race, oh, Race Ready. That's right. I think Brad posted it, made it easier. Where was it at? I'll find it. There we go. So are these points? This is the points we're going to be carrying over to each round, right? Steve, is this what they're going to do? I think this is the Race Ready stuff, though. All right, Triple Crown. Here it is. Yeah. So I got 12 points. Still was able to score some points. So Devin's got 99. Tori's got 93. Talon's got 86. Hayden's got 83. Noah's got 79. Caden's got 78. So really, if you look at the, well, it won't let me do it on this one. It's on the AJSP post from April 4th. Got it. Cinco de Mayo margaritas in the chat room tonight. Yeah, everybody's quiet, man. You guys are like fired up. But right here's our points on that one right there. So sport class is, you got your first and second are, man, if you think about it, top 4, your top 6, man. 6. It's not that bad. So it just depends on what Michigan City is going to bring. Is Hayden going to go to Michigan City? I know the Dollies are more likely going to be there unless school's there. I believe Tori said he's going to be going. We already know the Farthings are going to be there. Man, I wonder how many people. So if you think about it, I don't know if Dill's going to be there. Jason Seeley, I don't know if he's going to be there. I know Morgan Allen won't be there. I don't know if the Hayes brothers are going to show up for that one. Anthony Corson might show up. That's Region 8. Nickerson might show up. That's Region 8. Bill Beers, that's Region 8. I don't know about Brett Hahn. Jack Rowe might go. I know Baldwin's going to go. They're right there. So if you think about it, there's 6 people right there that we know they're going to be close to going down with it. So it could be literally here at the Mexican restaurant watching the show. Lamar. Lamar's at a restaurant. Awesome. So that's a good turnout right there. Let's see what other one's at. Where's else? Triple Crown. Where's it at? So Ski GP. So I believe Jimmy Wilson's going to be chasing it. We know Devin's going to chase it. Cabrera, I'm not sure. I imagine he's going to. Camden should do it. He's right there. I don't know about Kyle. Dudek is going to show up more likely, and so will Kelly Walcock. So Sean Dudek and Kelly, if they consistently show up, there's a potential that they could be right there. I mean, Jimmy Wilson and Devin. So Dudek could fall in if Cabrera doesn't go the next 2. I mean, Cabrera showing up to all the way up to Region 8. That might be a difference. So Dudek and Kelly, if these guys stay into the game, they could have the potential of coming in 3rd on that one. So where's the other one? Triple Crown. So limited novice class. You know Baldwin's going to go there. He's leading right now with 120 points. Cove's sitting there with 92. And Kyle Miller sitting there with a 91. So second and third is sitting good. Noah Dolly, Tanner, Batzold, if he had some issues with the boat, so he's right there. David Anderson, consistency. You got the whole top 8, the whole 8 right there, amateur limited class right there can go. It's just Caden's going to show up as long as his boat stays together, because him and his dad are racing it. So hopefully that boat stays together. Cove, if Cove and Tanner both have their boats stay together, they can pull it in some good numbers. The Dolly family, same thing. They come in, they'll pull it together also. So the Triple Crown looks really good going to that one. Where's the other one? Oh, Triple Crown right here. Sorry, 800 limited Pro-Am, guys. Edworthy went out there and was not playing around. So, because Baldwin got first on the first moto, and then he had the second moto, he got a 30. Where's the ball? Yeah, so right there, Edworthy, Dave Davidson. I believe Dave Davidson's going to chase that also. You got Brian Baldwin's going to be there. Torrey Snyder. He started getting in a groove. We'll see if he does it. Bazan, Northrup, Ian, Remar. I mean, there's a whole crew of guys right there. That's a whole Region 8 guys. I believe all of them are going to be there. You get a Boat. If he had issues with his boat, he'll get it back together. I mean, really see what's going to happen with that. It's going to be a good turnout all the way together for that. Potentially. What do you guys think? Nothing? Nothing? All right. You guys are horrible in the chat room tonight. Horrible. Horrible. All right. What else we got going? What are we talking about? Chat room. Come on, chat. Going into our season, like I said, a lot of racing is going to be coming into play. Remember this, guys. We were talking about this before. We've touched this on the show many times before, here and there. But really it comes down to like our safety. Like we've talked about this before. Knowing your course, knowing your surroundings, knowing your course marshals. Like if you're new to a series or haven't raced in a certain series or promoters, and those are different course marshals, it's wise to get with your course marshals and talk to them. Talk to them. What's the best way to approach, how they approach, etc., etc. The reason I say this is because in a race, in race trim, you have to know exactly what you got to do. I know all of us get all confused and get tore up and get lost sometimes. You know, making sure you're on point. Like me, I'm familiar with Kevin, Course Marshal Kevin, it's Kevin Scott. Andrew, I'm familiar with Andrew. Andrew's seen me a couple of times, and Course Marshal Randy. Course Marshal Randy and Kevin, I have raced many, many times with, and they absolutely know that they can come flying up to me and I'm ready to grab and continue driving to throw me on the back of the board and continue on to the boat, because I know how they work. I know how to get on quick with them. I've worked with them plenty of times, and they know that I'm the type of racer that I just get me back to the boat as fast as possible, unless I'm hurt, unless I'm ingested a ton of water. Well, as I say that is because it's best to get with your course marshals and get that, you know, that kind of likeness, because it'll help you in race trim, because nothing is worse than trying to fumble around with the course marshal, get back into the boat, try to get back to your boat. It's a nightmare, right? And plus that puts the other racers at risk, because now you're down one course marshal trying to finagle with you, trying to get you situated, everything else. So if you're able to get yourself orientated with what you are, with your surroundings, it goes a long ways. Trust me, it goes a super long ways working with what you know on courses. Course orientation. Watch the motos. Speaking from experience, I've always watched motos prior to mine, and it always gives me a visual to see what's at. And even I'm at Pro Watercross was making amateur mistakes because we were just set up on the pole position and was just facing the wrong buoy, and we just wasn't focused. So it goes a long ways of knowing your surroundings and focus on that. So that's kind of one of the things I want to tell you guys is work on that one. Also, safety. Our helmets and life vests. Biggest thing I can ever say on. Working with Lifeline on trying to get a new vest, especially for the Hydro Drag guys and stuff like that, and racing. All of our vests are good. It's getting the best vest. Nothing's worse than having a vest that kind of comes up on you guys and chokes you out. So if you're able to work with a good vest, or you can reach out to like Lifeline, they make some awesome vests, and working with them to make one for me, because you want to have the best equipment you can. Going into this season, I've already seen a lot of racers really putting in some heavy work and competitiveness, and we want to make sure that our competitiveness continues to drive. Whether it's dirty racing, like on Supercross, you guys say that's just what it is. Supercross is Supercross. Jet ski racing, you're not going to put a boat into the corner like that and come out unscathed. Remember the 45 rule and the 90-degree rule. If it's 45, go in there, have fun. If it's 90, you're not going there and having fun. Respect your racers, have fun with your racers. Let's all walk home at the end of the day, right? Let's just make it happen, right? Billy, I got some information for you for that. We're working on those for the Hydro Drag guys. We'll get it happen for you. Watch the marshal flags at all times. Another thing too. Here's a thing that they've been working with the course marshals, and we got to get this through. Lap traffic. I want to talk about lap traffic on our final hour, right? Lap traffic. 99% of us racers, 99.9% of us racers know who the leader is. And I don't want to hear no nonsense of, oh, I didn't know what the top 5 pack was. Bull crap. If you're going through a turn, let's just prime example. If you're going through a turn, you're already looking to the next buoy. You already should be looking to the corner of your eye, right? Right through here, your peripheral, to the guy behind you. You can see everyone behind you. Come through the next buoy, peripheral. If you're looking back, you're getting passed, right? Peripheral view, look through it. If you see a boat charging on you that you haven't seen in 2 laps and all of a sudden he's there, that's probably the leader. Get out of the way. If you see the course marshal pointing at you and tapping their head, right? That means your lap traffic. Get out of the way. Period. Get out of the way. Here's the funny part, and I'll never forget this in a riders meeting. There were pros complaining about lap traffic, and another pro racer literally said this: if you're a pro racer, you can get around lap traffic. You shouldn't be. If you can't get around lap traffic, then you're not a pro. I can honestly say this. Even on a course with a pro racer with a fast boat, it's hard to get around lap traffic on a course that doesn't allow passing easy. So that makes it hard. Prime example, I know there was a fast boat in front of me and I had a faster boat, faster lines, but I could not get around that lap traffic. And the leader kept pulling further and further away until I finally made an aggressive move to get around lap traffic and finally get back up. By then, the race was pretty much over, 3 laps down, trying to get around a lapper. It's frustrating. Do not endanger a lapper because you're getting aggravated or frustrated. Don't be an asshole. Don't dig on somebody. Don't be a jerk. Just get around them. Pay attention to the course marshals and pay attention to your tower. Gotta pay attention, man. It really is. You gotta pay attention. I know there's everyone talks about this. Oh, well, Bobby, you talk about this, and this, and like, how are you supposed to know? Like, on a start, you should see how many boats are taking off on you. If you're not out front, going through the splits, and no one's in front of you, and there's no one beside you, then you're in the front of the pack. If you go and there's like 10 boats in front of you, you're not in the front half of the pack. If you're not chewing down and chopping down people, you're not in the lead. You're not in the lead. You're not in the lead pace. All right. So just be realistic. And I'm not cracking on you guys for not being fast or whatever, but there are some fast people out there. Just get out of the way. You make a line. You see one coming. You don't even have to do anything crazy. Just go wide. Leave the door open. And we'll go through it. Or be a farthing and run them over. Wow. Billy too talking smack, dude. He doesn't even race. And he's talking smack about the farthings. Probably talking about Talon. Talon farthing will win you over, bro. Devin will race you 100. Devin will respect you as you respect him. You don't respect him, he won't respect you. Dustin will do the same thing when he was racing. Dustin will be aggressive, but he won't be a jerk. He will race you and race you. He'll give you the same in return. I've raced with a lot of people. And that's the kind of racing I like. I like that racing where you can truly handlebar to racing and make it happen, right? Don't be a Deegan. Okay, I'll touch this one real quick. I'll touch this one because you guys are just... I made a post that was a garbage ass move, I'm honestly gonna stick to it. It was a garbage ass move. Now everybody's like, oh, there's $500,000 on the line, Bobby. You punt your mom. At a level like that, let's think about this. At a level like that, where your image creates revenue for you. Hear me out. Hear me out. Your image creates revenue. Sponsorship, off-course revenue, engagements, and invites, right? If you're an asshole and you know you're a dirty asshole and you treat other people like an asshole, your run of money won't last long, right? Now, if you can race at a race level and beat someone fairly, now I understand Supercross is a whole different world, and if the door's open, you go in there. Okay, great. How many people think he could have gone there elbow to elbow with a guy and came out nice and smooth? How many people would have seen that? And if he won fair and square, how many boos would have been? I don't think there would have been that many boos, right? His interview was garbage, though. That's some bullshit right there. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Like, that is what I was saying. Like, it's a garbage move. Like, beat somebody. Nothing feels better, especially if you guys have won. If you've raced somebody that you know is fast and you can beat them fair and square, and you had like 5 laps of just constant battling. Like, for instance, I've raced Tori Snyder 100 times now. And out of 100 times, I've maybe beaten him twice, right? And it wasn't an easy beat. It was either he had boat issues or I just got him and he got caught up. Or Juan Lascano on Runabout Box Stop. I beat him on the line, was leading the race for majority of the race, and he finally beat me in a turn. It was fair and square. He saw a door, went in smoothly, and beat me, right? I can come off that race and know that I lost to someone that beat me fair and square, and I enjoyed that race. Like, to me, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I understand, like, money, money changes everything, but if you got to be that greedy to beat somebody for a little bit of money, your career is not going to last long. I'm just saying. He's all about the bad boy image. You can be a bad boy all you want. Don't be an asshole. Dookie move. He had the speed. No need to disrespect your teammates. And it was his teammate. I forgot about that one. Let's just talk about that conversation in the truck. Hey, buddy. Yeah, fuck you, Bobby. Yeah. I mean, like, really think about that. Like, think about the team manager, right? The team principal, manager, whatever you want to call it. He's sitting there. He's like, man, I got 2 multi-million-dollar athletes, and they hate each other, right? I don't think the other guy hates him, but Deegan just hates everybody, right? How is that going to work for your image? It doesn't go a long ways. I'm telling you right now, like, that kind of mentality, teaching our young kids that's how they should race and react. That's what gets people hurt. And that's that same mentality I see in racing jet skis. You guys try to put that same dirty ass moves into jet ski racing. It's gonna get people hurt. Kills them. I'm just saying. I think that's it. This soundboard has absolutely irritated me. Probably one of the toughest shows I've done. You know the routine. It is the Monday Night Raw. It is a 239. I'm freaking out of here.